starting my perfume collection and what I would have done differently. So, my perfume collection currently is mainly consisting of samples as well as a few full bottles. And maybe 7, 8 full bottles versus 30 something or more samples. But in general, I would say that I have a collection of some kind. So the thing is, I have built this collection over time for about half a year, maybe more than half a year. But in general, some people wonder, how should I start a collection? What should I do? Or, if you already have a collection, what should I have done differently? And I don't really have many regrets personally, but there are a few things maybe I would have done a little bit differently. So, the way I really got into the whole fragrance thing was I started buying little fragrances off of eBay. And that's actually fine, but if I had to do everything over again, I would say be a bit more wary of eBay for a few reasons. First, there are so many sellers on eBay that, some are reputable, some are not so reputable. Check the reviews more, because the reviews are really going to help guide you to make sure you get a high quality product, not the wrong product or something weird with that product. And also, obviously, be aware of the pricing. You don't want to be ripped off because you're not familiar with the pricing or how much a sample or full bottle should be. The problem I had, I chose the wrong seller. It didn't work out because I ordered a sample bottle of Youth Dew from Estee Lauder. The seller took 2 or 3 weeks to ship it out to me, so I was waiting all that time for it to arrive. Not only that, it arrived, right? Then I unwrapped it, and it was the wrong sample. It was something else entirely, different sample. And I contacted the seller, and they said they couldn't fix it. They said, it's going to take me 1 or 2 weeks to fix this problem, perhaps, very uncertain. And I was like, I already paid for this, it's the wrong thing, but fortunately they just refunded me. They couldn't actually get me the actual sample. I don't know if they just didn't have the sample or they lost it, but so really you have to be kind of careful with what kind of sellers you choose to buy from on eBay, because things like that could happen. You could just get the wrong item. You might not be able to get the right item from that seller, You don't want to risk that. Not only is it frustrating, but it's also, you don't want to lose your money, and you don't want to be waiting for weeks and weeks for just the wrong thing to show up. So be more cautious when buying on eBay. Of course, there are plenty of wonderful sellers that, they're fine. I have bought several other samples from eBay that were fine. But I would say buying from eBay is not the most efficient option when buying perfume. The alternative is, if you want to buy full bottles of vintage perfumes, you can occasionally find some nice options on eBay, but that's pretty hard, especially to find them in good condition. I would say skip eBay. Starting out, skip eBay. Go instead straight to discount fragrance sites. My favorites currently are FragranceNet and Fragrance X. I actually haven't bought anything from Fragrance X yet, but I've gotten most of my stuff from FragranceNet. And what they do, they have a ton of perfume options, full bottles as well as samples, and they also have some other beauty products thrown in there that you could buy. And they are extremely reliable. That you could buy whatever samples you want, and they'll tell you exactly how much each sample is, and then when you go to checkout, there'll be this kind of a discount thing that they apply. So you could save, a ton of money. And not only that, shipping is pretty fast. The main qualm I have, they don't really keep up with how long. They won't tell you the exact shipping time. They might say a week, they might say 2 weeks. It's very kind of, they won't tell you exactly, or it won't be accurate, the shipping time. Fortunately, I find that whatever it says on the shipping time, most samples that I get they arrive between 5 and 7 days, so it's pretty good. And I don't think there's any option for tracking either, which is kind of but if tracking is important, I don't really find that important, but it's really good. In general, FragranceNet, it has a huge variety of options, and it's a very reliable place to shop. You're not going to get scammed. You know, all the fragrances are real. So I would say stick more with reliable sites like that for getting samples. Then, for getting full bottles, especially more expensive bottles, stick more with, if you're concerned about the quality, buy directly from the manufacturer. So if you want to get a Dior fragrance, buy it from Dior, because it's the brand. The brand is going to ship it directly to you. You know, you're not going to get it from this mysterious third party, and you don't really know, is it is the fragrance mixed with something? Is it not the real deal? Is it weaker than it should be? Is it old? Or if it was stored improperly. So buying directly from the manufacturer is the ideal, I would say, especially for very expensive fragrances, because it's just, you can, usually those websites have some sort of, like, if you sign up for their list or their email list or whatever, they'll give you a little discount, so it helps with the price. But buying directly from them is peace of mind, because you know it's coming from a high quality manufacturer. You know, it's not going anywhere weird, and that sort of thing. Now, if you're really concerned with the price, you can buy from a discount store, but again, be careful. Make sure you have a high quality, reputable discount store that you're buying from. Otherwise, you could get phony fragrances that they're not the real thing, so you're just wasting money. And another thing, fortunately, I don't have really an exorbitant amount of fragrances that are in the way or taking up too much space, but I should get a better organizational model for fragrances, because currently I have my fragrances, a lot of them in a box, so I have to figure out how to store these more efficiently, because of course it's hard to root around and find what you're looking for. So get more efficient with that. Maybe I'll, get a drawer or something. But having everything organized is nice. The full bottles that I have are organized kind of in a row. But besides that, those are the main things that I would have done a little bit differently when starting my fragrance collection. That's pretty much all I have to say about that. If you have any questions or opinions, you can always leave those down in the comment section below. If you liked the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.